July 9, 2006, the eyes of more than 1 billion people were fixed on Berlin. It was the FIFA World Cup final, France against Italy. One last match, one last chance, one last dance for Zinedine Zidane. He began the night with one of the most fearless penalties in football history and ended it with one of the most shocking moments the sport has ever witnessed. But Zidane's legacy isn't defined by one headbutt. It's defined by decades of elegance, impossible vision, breathtaking control, and moments that changed football forever. This is the complete story of Zinedine Zidane. Before the World Cups, before the Ballon d'Or, before Real Madrid, there was simply a young boy growing up in one of Marseille's toughest neighborhoods. Zinedine Zidane was born on June 23, 1972. To Algerian parents who had moved to France in search of a better life, they lived in La Castellane, an area known more for poverty than opportunity. But inside those crowded streets, football became an escape every afternoon. Zidane played for hours with friends on concrete courts. There were no cameras, no trophies, no scouts, just a football and a dream. Even as a child, he wasn't the fastest player. He didn't rely on speed. Instead, he made the ball move faster than anyone else. His balance, vision, and first touch were already unlike anything coaches had seen. At just 14 years old, his talent earned him a place at Ask Hands. Zidane made his professional debut for Cannes in 1989. It didn't take long before French football realized they had discovered something special. After proving himself in Ligue 1, he joined Bordeaux in 1992. There, alongside Christophe Dugarry and Bixent Lizarazu, Zidane transformed into one of Europe's brightest midfielders. His performances in the UEFA Cup amazed football fans across the continent. Suddenly, Italy came calling. Juventus signed Zidane in 1996. It was here that everything changed. Week after week, Zidane controlled matches with effortless elegance. 2 Serie A titles, an Intercontinental Cup, a UEFA Super Cup. And in 1998, football awarded him its greatest individual prize, the Ballon d'Or. But his greatest moment was still waiting. France had never won a World Cup until one unforgettable night in Paris. Standing opposite Brazil and the legendary Ronaldo Nazario, Zidane produced the performance of his life. 2 towering headers, 2 unforgettable goals. France became world champions. Overnight, Zidane became a national hero. A few years later, another historic move followed. Real Madrid paid a world record transfer fee to sign him. Surrounded by stars like Luis Figo, Roberto Carlos, Raul, Ronaldo, and later David Beckham, Zidane became the heart of the Galacticos. Then came Glasgow, 2002, UEFA Champions League final. A cross floated through the night sky. Zidane met it with a left-foot volley. Hey. goal so perfect, many still call it the greatest goal in Champions League history. After international retirement, Zidane returned for one final mission, the 2006 FIFA World Cup. France defeated Spain, then Brazil, then Portugal. Once again, Zidane stood in the World Cup final. He opened the scoring with one of football's boldest penalties, a panenka that kissed the crossbar before crossing the line. It looked like the perfect farewell, but football writes unpredictable stories. In extra time, an exchange of words with Marco Materazzi ended with a headbutt. Red card silence. France eventually lost on penalties. It became one of football's most unforgettable endings. Yet even today, that single moment cannot erase everything Zidane achieved before it. Statistics can measure goals, assists, trophies, but they cannot measure beauty. They cannot measure elegance. They cannot explain how one player's touch could make millions stop and watch. Zidane inspired generations of footballers, won every major trophy, and later returned to lead Real Madrid to 3 consecutive UEFA Champions League titles as manager. From the streets of Marseille to the summit of world football, Zinedine Zidane didn't just play the game. He transformed it into art, and that's why his name will forever belong among the greatest legends football has ever known. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Goal Chronicles for more cinematic football stories.